Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Thursday, December 24th, 2020, Christmas Eve. Welcome to this very special Christmas Eve Market Update episode of Breaking Bitcoin. Of course, I am joined by two of our wonderful, snow elves this Christmas Eve, Alex and Jason. What's going on, guys?
Merry Christmas to everyone. Beautiful.
What are the different species of elf, if I may ask you?
I think it's like an ant colony, like a worker, a drone, a
I
queen.
see. So are you suggesting that elves are a hive mind species?
One could assume yes.
I see. Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to reference.
It's just a theory I'm working on.
I gotta reference the Elven Kingdom
unaware.
from Lord of the Rings to be sure. I'll have to have somebody look into that. Hey, Jamie, pull that up.
I think North Pole elves and Middle Earth elves are different types.
It's definitely got to be a different clique, you know.
Yeah, they're separated. You know, they went through a interdimensional portal at some point and delineated genetically from one another.
Yeah. Are you telling me there was an elf genetic bottleneck?
There had to have been from Middle Earth to get out, man.
There's some common ancestry. Let's put it that way.
Is that what happened after they got out on the boat at the end of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, they went
to the interdimensional portal.
They went to Santa's workshop. Yeah.
Okay.
Sauron's workshop, more like it.
Bilbo is out there just cranking out toys.
All right, with that said, guys, let's take a quick peek at what's going on today in the space. As you all know, altcoins are kind of suffering a bit, of course, with XRP being one of the big ones. Now, if we take a look over at crypto bubbles, I have to set this thing on the hourly because if I put this on the daily or higher, this first coin, the scam coin, has broken crypto bubbles today and looks like some kind of no-name coin with very little circulation on any exchanges, but it's somehow blown up the entire crypto bubble, so I can't even get a good gauge of what's going on
coin over here
in the alts.
There's got to be a way to remove a bubble, right?
I thought
I don't want to see this.
There isn't.
I thought
there really isn't.
But no, I guess not.
Like to hide it because it's crazy big.
It seems like a pretty big bubble mistake.
But you know, the way I choose to look at this, today's a nice little discount on your favorite alts. So if you have a little bit of extra money coming your way this holiday season, you know, Santa left a little something in your stocking, you ought to consider picking up a few of your favorite alts, right? Today's a nice discount. There's been a bit of a pullback. There's been some sharp profit taking. Ethereum, I think, pulled back pretty sharply since I last looked at it. Lots of buying opportunities. Of course, maybe there is a longer trend afoot here. We will have our expert analysts dive into some of these coins and tell us how they feel about potential buying opportunities, or what kind of trends are still intact and so forth. Beyond that, we're going to have a little news story we may end up covering here a little later in the show, and that's the appointment of a pro-crypto appointee, I guess, to the as a chairman to the U.S. SEC. So I guess the incoming administration
has boys in.
He has, reshuffling around the policymakers, and here's an appointment that very well could be very positive for us in the crypto space. Beyond that, how long are we going to take?
Did you just choke on your own spit? What was that?
No, I had to cough, and I didn't want to do it to the mic, so I had to kind of stop myself. Sorry about that.
That's when he was assassinated. This is the last sound we ever heard.
Like, just gets choked out. All right, I'll take it from here.
Biden sent one of his boys over. He took me down. He knew where the story was going. With that said, guys.
Hunter is in the building.
Yeah, totally. With that said, guys, let's see here. How long are we going to go today? Not too sure. I do know Alex and Jason both have families to attend to and presents to kind of finish wrapping and getting out of the tree.
To bake.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we're going to go to full 2 hours.
Jason bakes incredibly delicious cookies.
Oh my good God. I do my best for everyone.
That Pillsbury recipe is pretty good.
You know, when I was younger, I was not super impressed with the act of cooking, but as I get older, I realize more and more how cooking is kind of an act of service and affection to the people around you. It's like, I don't go out of my way to cook big meals for
Yeah, for
myself.
myself, no way.
I don't
But
really
if it's
care.
for someone else, it's much different for sure.
I'm not feeding garbage to my family. I certainly,
Cracking out
you
the
know,
ramen.
maybe every now and then, some macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, but for the most part, no
Don't
garbage.
you be don't you be hating on mac and cheese with hot dogs? That's a classic.
Eh, It's a classic, but so
Also
there's
$2.
yeah, bubonic plague is classic too.
Nice, sweet room temperature bologna. But yeah, Christmas is great. Great time of year.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick look at the live chat here. Shout out everybody who, of course, is warmly joining us this Christmas Eve. I know not the whole regular audience is going to be in here. We all have responsibilities and families to attend to, but shout outs to the people who did, in fact, make it in today. It's so nice to see the likes of, let's see here, Ron Legato's in here first. Shout outs to Ron Legato. Definitely a regular in the chat. Mr. Ether, of course, is in here. Thank you so much, Mr. Ether, for being in here. Trevor Kentop, good morning, everybody. Hope all is well, says Trevor. Let's see here. Ron Legato, already mentioned him. Daniel is in here, says, my kids enjoyed your Christmas intro. All right, awesome. Thank you, Daniel. Glad you liked the intro. Jonah, love the show, says, just pre-cooking Christmas dinner while watching my favorite show. Hope everyone is well and safe. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. And I hope everything is well and safe with you and your family on this Christmas Eve. I see agencies in here saying, what's good, CC fam? All is good, my man. It's nice to see you here again. Payam Darian's in here saying hit the likes. Yep, take his advice, hit those likes. Damian Hughes says XRP is the coal that Santa is delivering to people this year. Indeed, seems like XRP Moon Boys got a bit of a coal in their stocking, but who knows? Maybe there's
no, they just got a big old stocking full of XRP that's not worth anything.
Yeah, the XRP acolytes are having a tough go at it.
Coal, you can do something with.
At least coal. Yeah, at least coal will keep you warm.
In the future, the only thing XRP is used for is for Santa to give to naughty kids.
Good.
That's funny.
All right, let's not bag too much on the XRP, guys. They have enough grief for 1 week, I guess. Texas Blues says, Merry Christmas, CC crew. Thanks for all of you. Yep. Thank you so much, Texas Blues. It's nice to have you in here. Payam Darian's in here, dabbing in the live chat. Nice to see you, Pan. Profit Bear's in here. I'm out here delivering for the masses at USPS. Interesting. So I'm not sure if he works at USPS or he's just dropping off over there.
He's probably a holiday part-timer.
But shout out.
They hire a lot of people.
All right.
Well,
right
I hope he's got like a sweet government job with USPS. That'd be awesome.
All right, shout out to Profit Bear. Thanks for making everything happen. I'm sure this is a very demanding time of year for the letter carriers. Shout outs. Make sure you expedite my MCO card, please. I'm still waiting for it. Andrew XRP is pets.com of crypto. Could be Damien Hughes. Paying
Still don't have your crypto.com card.
No, he's been talking about this for like 2 years.
I'm in this Canadian crypto.com group, and all these guys are showing off their cards, and I'm still like stuck here. And
you're still the dude talking about it, drawing it on a piece of paper.
Still don't have it, dude. I can't believe how many of these guys have the black one. That's crazy. Anyhow, let's keep looking here. I think I shouted out everybody. Andrew's been shouted out. All right, wonderful. Everyone is here.
I wonder how much money they lost getting the black one.
Right.
I noticed everyone I've seen, I think, had something called founding member also printed on it, so it makes me wonder, were they like just a super early MCO person who was a whale, that bought in a long time ago, around 25K, and then, that's now $1 million buy-in. Profit Bear says, yes, I work at the post office for the next 30 years, but I'm shorting it. Okay. Short the regular mail. You heard it here directly from USPS.
You're shorting your own job.
Probably why he's deeply involved in crypto, isn't he? T-Dub says, nope, message retracted. Okay, that's about it for now. So guys, like I said, not sure if we're going to go to full 2 hour of the show schedule, but if we do, here's just our rough timetable for today. We're going to go from the majors into the alts, maybe touch on Forex, but I think Main Street, Wall Street markets are closing early today, so I'm not sure how much excitement we'll see on there. It seemed like everybody punched out All the traders punched out on Thursday night, and we saw a bit of a reaction immediately.
Wednesday night? Today's Thursday.
Yep,
Oh, today's Thursday. Okay, my mistake.
It's okay. I lost the date too. I totally thought today was Friday also.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I said Thursday. But no, Wednesday, yesterday, I noticed right around like the candle close, right around like 5 o'clock, I think, Eastern, here in North America, suddenly everything just turned down hard. So it's like everybody hit the sell button, shut off the computer, and went home. So that might be one explanation for the turnaround that you saw yesterday evening, guys. And of course, by hour 2, I'll do a little maybe a music change and do the chart request and stuff. But again, we're gonna play this by ear. And last but not least, look, I gotta join Alex's stream here. Maybe we should mention the Christmas tip jar we got going here. This is a very unique holiday opportunity to thank your very favorite crypto YouTube analysts. You guys seen the post that the concierge bot put out last night?
Yeah, I did.
I also saw the post the concierge bot put out last night.
Yeah, how could you miss it, right? So this is let me see if I can get it on screen. It would be nice if I could quickly put this up here. There we go. Let me pull this up real quick. Stand by. Alright, we got a little infomercial here on the screen in front of you guys. It's a very special opportunity. We're calling this a Breaking Bitcoin Christmas. And it's a really unique way that you can basically show us, that would be Alex, Jason, and I, how much you care.
Yeah.
You know, if you do love the show, you do love the analysis, if these guys have been making you money in particular, you know, they've been on fire, they've been setting up some solid trades, and I think a lot of people have been doing exceptionally well. Thanks to some of the posts Jason and Alex have made. So if you do like our analysts' work, if you do like our daily show and the work we do around here, or Breaking Bitcoin keeps you, you know, comfortable and warm and fuzzy every day.
If you didn't buy XRP because I said not to buy XRP, go ahead and hit that tip jar, buddy.
Indeed.
Feel free to tip your waiter for sure.
If you go check out our Discord. Sorry, go
I think the important thing is to just think about, like, anyone out there who's listening, like, when you trade, like, it's difficult for yourself to trade, but imagine having to do that for a bunch of other people. Like, it can be very stressful, but I do like that we're doing very well lately, and we have a historical track record of doing well. So I mean, it is nice just to get that little appreciation, and like to let us know that people are taking the trades, they're liking what we're doing, and it kind of keeps us motivated to keep it going, you know. So,
for sure.
Yeah, it is hard to do analysis for other people, and even more difficult to put up signals for other people. You know, the nature of the business is that there's wins, there's losses, and sometimes there's win streaks and losing streaks. And winning streaks can be dangerous in their own way, because when it ends, oftentimes you're over leveraged because you're feeling like
cocky,
you're something wrong. Yeah, and losing streaks, of course, are an even bigger problem, because you start to feel like a fraud. You're like, oh my god,
imposter syndrome for sure.
Yeah, huge imposter syndrome. I've definitely gotten the yips before. I had, like, you know, there was someone who, you know, they came and they like really criticized a few trades I put up, and then for like a month afterwards, like every time I went to go put up a trade, I just, you know,
they'd be in the back of your mind.
Blockage. It's like a mental blockage or something like
for
that.
Sure.
And then, you know, eventually Justin helped me shake it off, and but it's, I mean, it happens. It's, you know, it's difficult to put yourself out there and say, here's what I think is going to happen, and then even put your money on the line also, and you lose money, and then other people, you know, also lost money, and it can be difficult.
It's a tough mental game to keep it at an equilibrium, for sure, because yes, of course, when you're putting out signals and stuff, you're doing your due diligence to make sure that this is the best signal that you could possibly think of to give to the group. And then say if that doesn't go your way, it still hurts, man. It hurts almost even worse than just trading by yourself. But it's actually one of the challenges I like about this. Sorry, the family just turned on a speaker in this room.
All good. Nothing came through, but yeah, if anybody's feeling, you know, of course, there's no pressure at all, and if anybody's feeling generous, exceptionally generous this year, guys, don't give unless you absolutely can and want to. But this does give us a little bit of a special thank you to the guys, like they just explained. They work super hard, and the jobs can sometimes be a little more stressful and harder than it even looks.
Well, I mean, just look at your own trading. How stressed have you been before? Now just
Exactly.
put a bunch of other people on your shoulders and be like, now I have to do my best. Like it's different, but it's not for everyone. But the people that do
as
it
far as
enjoy
I
it.
see people asking for the address, excuse me, the addresses. You're gonna have to go into the Discord and get those. I don't want to too publicly spam them out, so if you guys could just go over to the Discord and check out the announcement channel. We got a Bitcoin address and an Ethereum address where you can send any type of Ethereum to. Otherwise, you can of course DM me on Discord, and I'll also forward you the address.
The QR code on screen, right?
I could, but I'd have to go pull that out. Maybe a little late for that, and I do kind of want to get into the analysis now, so maybe I'll pull that out for a little later in the show when we go to close, if necessary.
All right. But in that way, so we can just rewind and then just click the screen.
That's true. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna jump over here to this scene. I'm gonna get Alex's monitor up. Here we go, Alex. I've got your chart on screen. And yeah, take us through Bitcoin on this Christmas Eve. Take us through a few markets. Let us know maybe what's going on out there. I'm sure a few people are wondering. Bitcoin's definitely on the strong side, but maybe the alts, like I said, buying opportunities. So let's get into that.
You know, I'm kind of wondering myself what we're doing here. You know, for now, we're bullishly biased still because we're hanging above the daily baseline, both on CME and standard Bitcoin charts here. But as far as if we're gonna pump or dump here,
just can't.
I'd say it could kind of go either way. We're forming we seem to be forming a symmetrical triangle in this spot, and well, I guess we could probably. Why are you doing this, buddy? The 12-hour Fisher is not helping us very much here. So as you can see, I got to zoom in like even more. So we've crossed over, under, and now back over.
You're playing jump rope with the Fisher right now.
Yeah. So overall, I still would like that pullback to 20,600. And you know, on the one hand, we don't have much bearishness going on, but we don't have much bullishness either. I just say right now there's just no trades to take on Bitcoin. If you're still long, you probably took profit up here. It was the smart thing to do, but now you're just waiting. And if you're not in yet, which we're not in yet because we just we pulled so far above the baseline with such a volatile move that we couldn't catch it. So I would still like to see the pullback, but if we don't get the pullback, then we'll re-enter on a break above this area. Once we make a new high, the daily will turn up. Most likely the 12-hour will give a more clear signal, and then we'll know what to do. But for right now, I would still prefer not to enter up here if I could enter like down here. And then, get like a nice continuation.
You're going to have to speak for yourself on that one because I had us in from 19 to 24.
Yeah, but that was on a 4-hour signal.
Yeah, I know, but still.
No. Okay. But I'm talking purely about the daily time frame.
Yeah.
Jason is right.
Higher time.
That's in a trade. Yep.
Yeah. Higher time frames definitely right now are hard to read, man. It's just sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want that move to really signify where we're breaking here, but it just hasn't happened yet. Lower time frames right now are looking that we actually might be building a little bit of a bullish posture here, but they're gonna have to wait for the 4-hour close here in an hour and a half. This is a tough one right now, man. We're just sideways.
Yeah. So I think overall, there's just nothing to do here on Bitcoin. For Ethereum, similarly, there is not much for us to do. So there was no initial short signal that we could take on Ethereum. We didn't really get the volatility in time to take the short. But right now, the upward trend is holding on Ethereum. So we're just
still intact.
Yeah, we're still in an upward channel, even though. Why? Okay. We're still in the upward channel. We're below the baseline, so there's not really much for us to do here. If we can close back up above $617, this is really our resistance, right? So this is our upward channel, and this is kind of an ascending triangle that we're breaking up at, fake out, and breaking down back into. I wouldn't be surprised if we trade sideways more here.
That looks like throwback, and then you have to wait for the support and continuation.
Yeah,
which is still plausible.
The plus side about that is that we should get a nice continuation signal through here, if that happens,
and a better entry price.
Yeah. Otherwise, if we can get some sort of continuation signal on a short, then we'll see about that. We've had some really nice buyback on alts today after a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, the last 12 hours have been pretty bullish.
Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily make up for the last day, but it's a nice buyback. I'm really concerned by the increasing momentum we see here. This is just kind of a correction. We could still continue to sell off on alts right here. This is not a super strong buyback necessarily.
Yeah, you'd think that there'd at least be a test of that lower range again anyways.
Yeah. Litecoin holding on pretty strong here above the point of control. I would consider this overall bullish. If we got another cross up here, I would want to take that, especially if we were above the baseline.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oof.
XRP is far more bearish than I would have imagined. Obviously, the news has been pretty rough. This is not really a candle that I want to buy into. We've broken pretty significant support. Tough time to be an XRP fan person.
XRIP.
EOS. This is a pretty decent correction here. This is very similar to what we saw on TRX. If we look on the weekly time frame, this is not a bad spot to be looking for EOS to find some support, right?
Yeah, that's your historical bottom at that point. I would just keep watching it though, because at that point, if you get lower lows, it's the same thing as buying or shorting a breakout.
Yeah. I wonder if we have any more EOS data older than that. It's Coin Trader. Yeah, let's keep it to EOS Bitcoin.
Oh
yeah, we just pegged the all-time low for EOS Bitcoin. I think if you were going to bottom pick something, this is not a bad place to bottom pick EOS from. So let's look at this on the weekly. Maybe we can get a better sense. Get some levels here. Bada bing.
Is that 80%?
It's probably way more. Let's take a look.
Looks like 100.
Wow.
What a beaut.
Well, it's not necessarily a knife that I want to catch, but if you were going to,
Keep an eye
it's
on
not
it.
a bad spot. I'll have to put it back on the daily to fix that one. Okay. And then we have...
Hey guys, I gotta step away for just a minute, so if anything happens, hold it down.
Yeah.
And if you call my name and I don't respond, I'll be back like in 2 minutes. Be right back.
Okay.
I think overall, yeah, I do not dislike this spot. This is just excessively bearish here on EOS. EOS still has the backing of the Chinese government. You know?
Which is saying something.
It is saying something. Hey man, if you think the Chinese government is a joke, just wait until you're anywhere outside the sphere of Western influence and they show up at your house in the middle of the night.
Like ninjas?
No, not like ninjas. That's a Japanese.
Why can't there be Chinese ninjas?
Because the Japanese are pretty racist themselves.
Yeah, I know. They actually hate Japanese people. They don't like each other very much. Anyways, EOS.
Yeah, sorry, I just think EOS is interesting in this position. Is TRX also interesting in this position? Probably not, but why is
I think TRX has all-time lows.
I think so. Interesting. Tron. Okay.
No.
Nope.
Interessante.
But I don't see any kind of support here either. I just feel like we're kind of in free fall right now with TRX.
Yeah, I think looking at EOS and XRP, I think XRP has further to fall.
Let's take a look at so guys, I use CoinTrader when I want like the full history. CoinTrader takes data from everywhere. They take it off of CoinMarketCap and etc. So CoinMarketCap, CoinPaprika. So they've got a lot of data. Let's see here. Let's use XRP Bitcoin. Oof. Okay, I see this level. Support, resistance, support, resistance, broken support.
Chart. How many broken hearts?
Yeah. I guess if I were going to look for some support, this is the area that I would look for. You see, we got touches here, some resistance there.
Man. It always shocks me that everyone loves XRP so much. And look at this chart, man. Like,
Yeah.
It's so pump and dumpy. Like,
It is very pump and dumpy.
like so many other better looking charts out there, but for some reason it still drags all these people in.
Well, who wouldn't want to be in on this, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I get it. I get
this.
the potential, but wow.
We shorted this, by the way. We nailed this short.
We also shorted it 2 days ago.
Yes, we nailed it here too. But this one was much more planned. This one I was looking at for days and days, waiting for this one.
And slowly.
Okay. I guess it's really enough of the majors right now. We're starting to get a weekly sell signal on Ethereum. That's very interesting. Let's reset this chart.
Mm-hmm. Still got, what, 4 days?
3.5. 3.25. Same thing to be said for Bitcoin. Nope, no sell signal yet. Very interesting. If we hold this week above this line.
Dare you say 3-bar play on the weekly?
Oh my goodness.
It'll be an interesting weekly close for sure.
Bitcoin dominance just kind of pulling back today. Really big day yesterday. We could get more of a pullback right here as alts can kind of continue to correct against what was a very strong few days. So right now, here is where we're at. We're just kind of retesting support on all these coins. So retest this consolidation area right here. I consider this to be relatively bullish. As long as we can hold this and we don't make any new lows, then this is overall bullish. You know, we made a low, retested, came back down, and then retested the low. Okay, fair enough. Retested support here. That's great. We've been watching this area for weeks and weeks now. We've been watching this area since October. Good, it's holding support right now.
So
if it starts breaking back below it, that's a bad sign.
I have a feeling that we're going to get that decision here soon. It can't just stay within that channel forever.
Yep. Privacy coins. I think this is pretty rough. This break of trend right here. We're still below the daily baseline right here. And if we close up here, I might take a short signal on this because we'd be back above the qualifying line, and now we've got volatility and
nice baseline bounce. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a little closer to crossing below zero here too.
Just a heads up, guys. I am back. Hope I didn't miss anything. I got some excellent news though. Just check the mailbox. Guess what's here? It's a Christmas.
You got your MCO card?
It's a Christmas miracle, dude. Santa Claus came through.
God.
You've been talking about that for so many months that it's hilarious that it came on Christmas Eve.
Dude, imagine the people who bought MCO in 2017 expecting this card. They finally got it after years. So I got it after months, but I'm happy. It's here. It took forever. It's here. I'm excited.
Are you gonna shave with it? Are you gonna sharpen it and shave with it?
Yeah, I'll make it a shank. Turn it into a de facto shank.
Well, I'm happy for you. I don't want to yuck your yum.
Yeah. But with that said,
you've been looking forward to this forever.
Yeah, don't let me derail you boys, though. And as for everybody else in the live chat, I am keeping track of all your requests. We will be getting to those in a little bit. But beyond that, please do continue.
Okay. Weekly view here is interesting. This kind of looks like we could break a lot lower on the weekly because we're just now starting to get a weekly cross under here. Same for DeFi. When you look at it from this angle, it doesn't look nearly
as strong.
Yeah.
It's looking like a triple top from this one.
Yeah, well, when you look at the daily, fine, there is some support here, but support does not have to hold. Mm-hmm. There's also resistance above us. It's like, well, we can only ping pong between these two places for so long before finally we're going to choose a direction. Mm-hmm. And time transformation is kind of suggesting that this is actually more bearish than it is bullish. It's on the weekly time. Same here for privacy coins. Look, we're getting the sell signal right as we get this break of trend on the daily, which I showed you right here. If you want to draw it like this too, it's still broken. So I think it kind of makes more sense right here. Exchange tokens, I like that they're holding above this resistance level right here. This is good. If we can stay like that overall, I think it's a positive, but I would like us to retake this trend line. Right now, it's resistance for us, and I don't like this this divergence that we're developing here because we're getting a higher high on price, but a lower high on our oscillator. Shitcoin's starting to roll over downwards. This really looks rough, but this looks very similar to DeFi and Dragon Coins. Mid-perp, same story. back under this trend line. Not great. Altcoin perp. Finally. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Lower low.
Whoa.
This is our first lower low this entire way up. Well, I mean, I guess technically higher lows, and then these are lower. So, maybe we could reaccumulate down here. That is technically what happened here. But I'm wary of this. We are getting a sell signal right here. Rather, I should say we have had a sell signal since here.
Another turn up and then another turn down.
Yeah. But, this is just kind of a big FU right here. So, for right now, we're still above this weekly log. Oh, that's positive.
Yeah, that trend's definitely not broken yet.
Yeah, we could still hold here and then take off. Link perp, ooh, man.
Definitely would have got your TP's hit on that.
Yeah, very nice buyback. How much of this volume did we hit? Decent amount. I think I'd still like to see more pullback on this.
I would agree, honestly. I think you're going to get a buyback up here to the bottom
Yeah.
right there to resistance, and then I think you probably might get another sell-off on this.
Yeah, this might be our chance to get into this.
Yeah.
Short. Are we
I think Trunker might be in a link short right now. I think he posted a link short last night.
Qualifying line is all the way up here.
Yeah.
We never got the volatility we needed to enter this. Until, we got this.
Can't catch them all.
Unless you're Pokemon Master.
And clearly we're not yet.
While we're looking at Link, I'm just going to quickly highlight two comments or questions related to Link. Andrew did ask, what's a good buy zone for Link? And he sees divergence on that weekly Bitcoin Link chart. So I don't know if you have a buy zone, a long-term buy zone, or some
Link
kind of
Bitcoin looks even rougher than Link USDT.
Ooh.
I do think this is a buy zone for Link Bitcoin right here. This right here is a pretty significant support level. We just pegged it right here. See, let me draw this out. So I've had this drawn for a while.
Yeah, you would think
so these are all... Hi. Hey guys.
T-dubs.
Sorry.
It's all good.
1 second. Why don't you take over for a second? Kids just found all the wrapped presents.
Yeah, no problem. Jason, I'm going to flip to your chart right now.
Yep. No worries.
And I'm going to read a comment back here. So I see one from T-Dub clarifying that Trunker is in fact in the Link perp short, so he must be on the FTX perp short. Okay, so Trunker is shorting Link. As for the question from Andrew concerning what's a good buy zone for Link, what do you think? You see, kind of spots? Sorry,
let's just go with you here.
Yeah, I think he was talking about the Link BTC, so maybe he meant Link BTC buy zones.
Yeah, he's talking about this area right here around the 4,000 sat area, or is that 40,000? Yeah, around the 40,000 sat area. And I mean, if you look at this thing and where we peg down, this is exactly where I would want to see support hold. We don't know in the interim whether this buyback is going to hold and then we're going to continue. This is what me and Alex are talking about. If this comes back up to the baseline, this might be another shorting opportunity. But in terms of Link BTC buy areas historically, this would be a great shelf of support to look at catching a reversal. So I would agree with the around the 33,000 to 40,000 sat area would be a good place to accumulate some Link BTC.
You know that my mom also got you guys some gifts.
It's just a holly jolly Christmas around here. But yeah, looking at Link BTC, this is an interesting spot. I think you would be wise to wait a little bit, because rarely do you just get dips like this and then just right to the moon. You're going to probably have some time to consolidate at these levels to figure out whether or not you want to pick it up, and then just being patient, you might see it break through, and if it breaks through, don't take it. But definitely give this a little bit of time, and if it shows up, like, this would definitely be a reversal for me, and it's not what I tend to try to catch. I like to try to catch the meat of a trade, the trend of a trade, and then kind of get out. I don't really that often try to catch bottoms or tops, but looking at Link overall, historically, this would be a good buy zone to accumulate a little bit of Link for sure.
Andrew did follow up saying that he shorted Link from 12 to 8, so excellent move, that dude. And he says he's looking along now, so yeah, right on. You might be in a buy zone at this point. You seem to do okay, and $8 seems like a Link bargain, being where the price has been during this last season. So beyond that, let's take a look. I see a comment here from Damien Hughes. Jason, on your chart, do you ever enter trades while away from the baseline, or do you only do baseline bounces?
Well, it's not that it's baseline bounces. Baseline bounces usually are a reversal, or not necessarily a reversal, but it depends on what you're looking at. So, like, let's say the 4 hour here. This is one that I'm looking at currently on Bitcoin right now, because we are beginning to build a signal. I have to wait for the hourly close here. But looking at this right here, we have WADA is kind of diminishing here, so this might not end up being a signal. But again, we have an hour to wait. But looking at the baseline, usually, yes, when I'm taking a trade, I want it to be as tight to the baseline as I can, but above or below it, because I'm trend trading. I'm trying to catch a trend before it begins. So usually when utilizing this style of trading, it's usually better for it to be tighter to the baseline, because you'll hear us talk about overextended. So like this signal right here, like if you were to try to enter on this is way too far away from the baseline for me to take a full risk trade, because odds are it might reverse all the way back down, and then you've just bought a top. Of course, this was an instant that we just went on a 4 hour parabolic run, but it's just a way of mitigating your risk. So utilizing the 13, I like it to be as close to the baseline as possible. And then if it does happen to be overextended from the baseline, sometimes what I'll do is I'll look for that baseline pullback, because with it being overextended, you just don't want to take the risk of that thing completely reversing on you and you buying a top.
Yeah, some of us do like to snipe excellent entries. Yeah, sometimes you can just buy the top of a candle and make away really good. Other times you try to get that sweet entry in order to do that size of the baseline.
I was gonna say that same thing, Mr. Ether. Baseline bounce is more of a reversion trade, but sometimes I use baseline bounces to get better entries on my trending position, because a lot of the times you'll have that retracement that will end up tagging your baseline, that reversion to mean strategy. So yes and no. I mean, it all depends on the system that you've built. And like I said, like once you've built the system, you start to get the little nuances of, okay, every time I'm taking a trade like this that it's been overextended above the baseline, I end up paying the price, or 9 out of 10 times I end up paying the price. This just isn't worth it to me. So then you make a rule on whether it's reducing risk in a position like that, or at that moment using the next candle baseline as an entry to look for a baseline bounce to hopefully snag it before the move happens. So, I mean, it's just different strategies on what your system is. So the thing I would suggest to do is build yourself a system, get used to it, and then from there you will learn the nuances of what works best for that system.
All right, welcome back, Alex. What's going on, dude?
Sounds like it's a holly jolly Christmas over there, bud.
Yes, I did my final wrapping this morning, and the gifts were sitting out, and so the kids found the wrapped gifts, and of course we're excited because gifts.
I love, we could all hear pretty clear. It's like, my mom's bringing presents for you guys too. Yay!
Yeah, sounds like Christmas spirit is in full effect over there. So yeah, the holidays.
Santa's sleigh's flying high today.
Yep, holidays are pretty special with the little ones around. So yeah, Mr. Ether did mention that as a reversion to the mean within a trend. is how he would describe what Jason was talking about. That's a good way to describe it. Damian Hughes. Oh, we did that one. All right, so let's see here. Alex, are you still busy, or do you want me to throw the screen back to Alex?
I'll take the screen back over, sure.
All right, Alex, you are back on screen, and I'll take us straight into the next request. This one comes from Pandarian. Do you think the XRP bottom is in already? It's getting hit with a bit of FOMO right now.
Well, I think
there is an excessive amount of FUD on XRP right now. So much so that you almost want to be contrarian and buy some. But at the same time, the risks are just too great because exchanges are dumping them right now. I guess that there will be good risk to reward if you buy some here and it works out. But there two big market makers just announced that they won't be market making XRP anymore. The number of companies that are no longer trading XRP, specifically XRP, which is kind of crazy because you think there's like all kinds of other shit coins that they're like, yeah, whatever. But none of those are being sued by the SEC right now.
I did find the news that exchanges were starting to dump them pretty interesting, because I was thinking the same thing. Usually in this business, you have to think a little contrarian as soon as people are, the whole adage is when people are selling, you should be buying. But with this kind of news, man, this could be a pets.com situation,
It could very well be.
It could be the first one. Hey, remember XRP? Remember when it completely destroyed everyone? Went to zero?
Indeed. Andrew says, hopefully Bybit takes it off and replaces it with Cardano. Yeah, I bet a lot of people want to see Cardano on Bybit, so we'll see about that. Maybe they got to think about getting rid of EOS at this point, too. It's crazy.
Right. I have significant reservations about Cardano ever since their founder partnered with Justin Sun to do marketing. It's like, oh, okay, that's the kind of operation you're going to run.
Yeah, the community is still very polarized around Cardano. A lot of people convinced it's a scam coin, and I'll leave it at that. Let's just get into the next one before we get a little too far off track. Our next request comes from... Oh, we did that one. How about Khalid Hazimi? What are your thoughts on Waves USDT chart, he asks. Can we take a look at Waves?
Waves.
Here you go. Put that part back up. Thank you. Okay. Out. You were saying? What are we looking at?
Waves USDT.
All right.
I don't want to catch that cutlery. Just increasing bearish momentum as it goes down, and you're getting the turnover, the crossover. I think you could short it all the way back down to where it ran.
You think to here?
No, that wick. I think it'll go all the way back down to that wick, that big long wick.
Okay, yeah, we could end up retesting this whole area right here.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at
I think a nice volume here that I'd like to see us in. This consolidation area right here.
Might be a stair-step situation. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for a long. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just not ready yet. I guess we do have a reversal signal here in this spot.
Yeah, but look at that increasing bearish momentum. I don't know.
Tell you what,
it just looks ugly.
If we break this downtrend, then you might have yourself a dang it. Then you might have yourself a reason to enter long here. But otherwise, why? They changed the way the trendline tool works. It used to be after you did the trend line, then it would go away, it would go back to the crosshairs, and then you have to select the line again to do another trend line. And now
I hate that. I always mess that up, and then I just keep drawing lines trying to select the other lines.
Yeah. It was the most recent update in TradingView. They changed it, and it's driving me crazy because for 3 years I've been doing it the other way. Anyway, if we break this, then that's great. I would want to take this to retest the baseline. I would look to take it to wherever the baseline was. So, yeah, that's the only trade I really see here.
All right, hopefully that covers Khalid's request for waves. Let's move into the next one. This one comes from Damien Hughes asking for Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. What's DeFi doing today?
I mean, DeFi perp.
Pretty up day. Yeah.
DeFi perp still going sideways.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of these are, recovering still. Let's take a look at where Wi-Fi is.
Yeah, we saw a pretty market-wide sell-off yesterday, and we're seeing a bunch of buybacks right now.
Yeah. We got a nice bounce off of our buy zone here that I have. This still feels like we're correcting up to retest support as resistance, and then we'll break back down and actually fall down into this area. So I'm not looking along this spot. We don't even have a signal. We're nowhere near a baseline or anything. So there's nothing for us to do here, either long or short. But if we start to move back down, then it'll be time to get short. See where we can take it to. What's next?
Okay, let's take a look. Thank you to Damien Hughes for the Wi-Fi request. Next one comes from Mr. Ether. Alright, this is more of a comment concerning your XRP analysis, Alex. He said he sees a long to a reversion to the mean. XRP is so oversold. Maybe a scalp long. Short term is not a bad idea, says Mr. Ether.
But what does oversold even mean when an asset is being delisted from exchanges and market makers?
Yeah, right.
That suggests some sort of supply-demand imbalance that I don't really think exists at this point in time for XRP. I agree that it is ordinarily, if you see a crazy red candle like that, you can probably buy it and it'll bounce back up to some reasonable level. But there's the company has been sued. It's like buying. What's a good example? It's like buying, Theranos right after they announced that they were being sued. But I mean, yeah, they had some big candles, but they also kept going down. I would just be extremely cautious. Like I understand the instinct, but until the wait until after the holidays. Wait until things shake out a little bit, and then price will still be lower than it was. You might not get the exact bottom, but you'll eliminate a lot of the unknowns that we have right now around Ripple. It's like, what's going to happen with the SEC? How many exchanges are going to delist it? What are you going to do if you're spot trading, or what if you're going to do if you're leverage trading on something and then they stop trading XRP on that exchange? Well, your position is screwed. Your long position is just going to have to be closed at a loss, most likely. It's not like you can just hold on and wait, because if it gets delisted, then that's it. Your leverage position will be closed out if you're underwater, and maybe it'll be closed out in a profit, but it's unlikely if they're in a process of delisting. So
well said.
Anyway.
There is a comment here from Philip, and it's mostly that he concurs with Alex. Totally agree. Oversold point in currency asset like XRP. Yep, he does agree with you, Alex. In this asset class, things can be oversold, kind of like that EOS, I think, oscillator, just pegged, seems like permanently.
Yeah, but a lot of people have this idea in their minds that these things absolutely can't fail, and they'd have to bounce back. That's not necessarily true, especially in a time like this when you're seeing a lot of bad things happening
That's
for
true,
XRP.
but you gotta remember the XRP people are very committed. They probably have some
I get
fairly
it.
large bags packed, and maybe there is something to the. Maybe this is some overwhelming FUD that
And
we
they were
don't want to
never worth less.
we don't want to overindulge in it, because I would hate to come out looking like a fool in 6 months when they put this new administration in place.
XRP's at $8.
And they get a pass, and in fact, they get a slap on the wrist, EOS style. Everything gets cleared out, and it's off to the races for XRP. So I don't want to bag too hard on them, but indeed, you got to proceed with caution. This one just entered a new level of risk, if you ask me. Okay, here we go. Jonah, love the show, says, never done a chart request before, but how about CHSB, Sysbog, or Parsec? Any one of those look interesting to you, Alex?
Hey, I haven't looked at this in forever. Oh my gosh, I should have looked at it. Yeah, it's just it looks really good here.
Nice little parabolic.
I think this is really bullish. We're seeing increasing volatility. The candles are getting bigger and bigger. They're kind of stair-stepping up like this. Yeah, I think this is incredibly bullish.
And that's a continuation right there on the 4
Yeah,
hour.
that's a continuation. I mean, I guess I probably don't have to tell you guys that this appears to be a break of the downtrend.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just give it a minute, though.
So I don't know. Really asking if you want to know if I still like the way it looks. Yeah, I think if you're long in it, you should stay long in it. If you're
too late. You are definitely too late if you're not in it.
I would wait for a pullback to this area right here, and then I would try and catch it here because this is the local point of control, and we may very well pull back to there. But we did kind of peg it right here.
Nice run though.
Yeah.
Congrats to anyone that was in that one.
I know it's Swissborg, but every time I look at it, I pronounce it cheeseburger.
What? Oh,
Swissborg.
I got you. I thought you were looking at the word Swissborg and saying cheeseburger. I'm like, that makes no sense, but
That makes even less sense.
Cheeseburger picker.
Yep, cheeseburger indeed.
Cheese Bitcoin, actually.
America coin at its finest.
Mwah! Cheese Bitcoin.
That's something we didn't look at today. How's the Dixie doing?
Dixie, no. Let's head on over. Mosey on over to our currency indices. Dixie's just kind of trading sideways above. Oh my goodness! I think we are retesting this. I think Dixie
starting to get support here.
I think so. I mean, keep in mind there was green on these days too. That's why we have these big wicks up. So we could still close down, but we do close in 3 hours. So
and then it doesn't open until Monday, correct?
I don't know. Forex is different.
I don't. Yeah, that's right. Because Christmas, it won't matter.
Yeah, and we don't even have this weekly close yet. So. We shall see what we shall see, folks. But yeah, signs of a reversal on lower time frames, Dixie. But nothing to report yet.
Nothing to write home to mom about.
Yeah. Let's look at Forex. Aussie, like we said yesterday, strong buyback. Continuation signal here for Aussie JPY. Should be a nice bottom above zero. Potential continuation on Aussie CAD. No continuation yet on Aussie dollar. Strong continuation on Aussie Swissy. This is the one to take.
Yep, that's got everything you want.
Yep. Break into a new high. Look at this. Boom, boom. Continuation, volatility. I like it. I'll probably put this up at the end of the day for the group. Short signal on Swissy yen. Interesting. The Swissy must be weak right now. So, do we have any other Swissies? Yeah. Showing the Swissy is really weak. Like, look, because the US dollar is kind of stagnating on the Dixie, but here the dollar Swissy is just bam. It already retraced all this. There could be an initial PTP long signal at the end of today, actually.
I was gonna say that looks like an initial signal.
We'll check that out. What, are we in any Swissy trades right now? Let me see. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Okay. CAD strong today, but nothing really to write home about. Euro continuing weakness. Euro continuing weakness. Actually, no, I wouldn't call this continuing weakness. This is new weakness. It's looking pretty strong here for a few days. Euro weakness here also. This could just be a retest of this area right here, but until we get a continuation signal, like this is very suspect. Euro Swissy strong, but we know the Swissy has been weak, so the trading pair is weak, so this is showing strength, so that makes sense. Breakout here of the descending broadening wedge on the pound Kiwi. Pound CAD, ooh, interesting.
Break a trend.
This is a break of trend. I mean, even if you want to draw this from wick to wick or whatever, this...
Nope, that's a break.
This is a break,
Because
yeah.
Look at you'd have to lower that. That's a break of trend. You
This is
don't
a
know if
break.
it's a close above trend yet, but yeah, you're
Yeah.
definitely breaking above.
We should be getting a weekly buy signal. That'll be interesting. Very interesting. The pound could reverse against the CAD here. Kind of a fake out.
I think you should take this one, man. I think this one's gonna be a banger soon.
Do you think it's going to be the British pound or the CAD that moves?
I like the CAD better.
Well, so you think the CAD is going to be particularly weak?
I believe so, but I think the Euro's just gonna be a lot stronger too.
Okay, I could see some CAD weakness here. I mean, essentially, we're trading at... Damn it.
Damn it.
Essentially, we're trading at resistance here. I
Yep.
mean, if you had to be long or short in this spot, I'd rather be short. I mean, we're curling over here. Our momentum's dying down. The Swissy's been weak, so maybe this isn't the one to look at here. I guess we just don't have enough CAD trading pairs here. This is a very nice trade, New Zealand dollar against the CAD. Look at this.
Yeah, that looks great.
This is essentially ready. It looks like there's about to be some big moves on Forex, guys. I'll let you review the video. I know I looked at a lot of different charts here. I kind of got them all jumbled up. But essentially, the Aussie dollar is looking like it's going to have continued strength. Especially against the Swissy. The Swissy looks extraordinarily weak right now, guys. CAD, we're expecting some weakness. More weakness in the euro. More weakness in the euro. Except against the Swissy, where it's expected to be strong because the euro is because the Swissy is even weaker. And then increasing strength in the pound and the dollar. And the Swiss and the Kiwi. See, look at this. Fresh weekly buy signal. And I like this because the 2 weekly dojis that we had right before it. This is a true blue weekly buy signal right here.
Weekly reversal.
Yeah. I like this. So I think we may get our reversal on the USD here soon. Still kind of wandering downwards here on USD JPY. These things just trade too closely together here. Oh my gosh. Well, Potentially, we could put in an inverse head and shoulders here. We'll see. I may end up getting sell signal on this, which means we're going to get...
Did you take that one yesterday?
I did take it 2 days ago.
Okay.
We were over here.
I still think you're fine for now. Above your baseline.
Yeah, but we're going to get this cross under.
Yeah. You might have an early exit.
Okay. Let's see what people want us to look at,
Indeed.
and then we'll look at a few things and we'll wrap it.
Yeah, it's time to begin to wrap, and I only have a few requests left to really look at. So let me pull up the first one. This one is from, excuse me, let's take a look. T-Dub, Silver USD, since we're already looking at mainstream markets. Can we look at silver, please?
Perfect. I was just thinking about doing CFDs. Huh. Well, silver found some support
In
here.
the middle of the channel, which is crazy. Usually doesn't find support in the middle.
Yeah, for whatever reason, $25 was support for Zag here. Overall, there's nothing for us to do right now. We don't have any sort of buy signal on our oscillator, as you can see. WADA is firing for momentum, but we don't have the volatility we would probably want yet. So anyway, yeah, there's nothing for us to do on silver, but overall, I don't really think it's bearish yet, per se. It could be a weekly reversal where, it's kind of a baseline bounce and we come back down, but that remains to be seen. That's purely speculative. Right now, I would consider this kind of bullish. I mean, no matter how you draw it, we've got a break in the downtrend. So, I would say silver tentatively bullish. Gold tentatively bearish. Depending on how you draw it, we haven't broken the downtrend.
Looks like a descending channel at this point.
Yeah. Weekly makes sense, but if we were to draw it on the daily. No, even the daily, it makes sense like this. Yeah. Ah!
Ah!
Yeah, I think descending channel makes the most sense. But that being said, if we broke up here, that's a really good sign, right?
I really do like the way that the 60 is starting to curl, because oftentimes when you see this coming up to the top of a channel like that, you'll see it go a little sideways, and then that baseline will catch up, hitting it in there, and then it'll break to the upside.
Yeah, kind of push it up through the resistance.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It kind of goes sideways. That's why you need a little bit of time, but then it slowly breaks itself out of that channel and shoots up.
Palladium continues trading at its local point of control. I don't know if it is distributing or accumulating, but it looks like it's going to be a big move once it's done doing whatever it's doing here. So just keep your eyes on it, and once it picks a direction, we'll take that direction. But yeah, there's nothing for us to do right now. I mean, we're literally in the weekly no trade zone, so. Platinum, tentatively bearish, only because we have this break of trend as shown here.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have a sell signal or a buy, so there's nothing to do for platinum.
I would assume that you're going to get a little buyback here to tap the baseline, and then she'll pick her direction.
Mm-hmm. Copper has been trading sideways for the last couple weeks. Interesting. Our first weekly sell signal here on this break of weekly trend. Is it a break of weekly trend? Yep. Broken.
Same situation
So we'll see.
there.
Yep, the 12-hour looks strong here, but we'll see how they end up closing. What else they want to look at? What?
What's on the list, Jack?
All right, thank you for covering silver and the metals. I'm sure T-Dub and Philly
I
Car.
remember someone asked for the China A50 the other day. I don't think we ever did that.
I don't think we did, but I think we were just kind of, just some curiosity. I'm not sure if I want to scratch that itch just yet. We are kind of low on time, and I do want to get through to stuff that
Looks
was
like it's
posted
up,
today.
guys.
But we can definitely look at China 850 with some spare time. But for now,
We
let
already
me
did.
dive into the next one. Andrew and Shasta Bud in the live chat, both asking for the graph GRT. Andrew says
Fair
in
enough.
particular, here's Andrew's comment. He says GRT USD to the point of control on a 4-hour scalp, question mark. What do you think? 4-hour scalp and play on GRT? Let's get your general thoughts and then look at that 4-hour scalp.
I guess we'll have to
G.
use.
Let's look at GRT on Coinbase. I would say no, my friend. I like my 4-hour systems, and you are even below the 13 EMA at this point. With just garbage momentum coming in.
Yeah, I don't. There's not much for us to do. Watt is signaling us for short.
Yep. Could be one of those ones that just keeps climbing, but as for the technicals, this does not look good for long.
Yeah, it's just not there right now.
And then even with where we're at right now, with how Minx is positioned on the 4-hour, even if you got a buyback here, it would still be another 8 hours before you got a legitimate 4-hour signal.
So as you can see, this what we've drawn out here, the retracement, has worked very well on lower time frames. And the reason why is because we are not the only people with this retracement. There's plenty of other people out there who have done this too, and where they're setting their buy and sell orders. Because with a brand new data-free market, there's really no other way to kind of judge where the support and resistance levels are going to be other than eyeballing it. So as you can see here, we already found support here, some resistance here, support, resistance. We drew this all off of the highs, so something to keep in your toolkit. What's next?
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the GRT request. Let me take a look what's coming up. What haven't we covered yet? Agency asked for Atom BTC.
Last time I looked at it, it was looking kind of rough. Ooh, nice buyback. Well, I had a nice buyback today. What does the USDT pair look like? Man, I really don't like this this cross under below here below the weekly baseline. We have had some nice buyback. We're keeping above resistance here. Well, resistance turn support. I don't know. I would just be really cautious here. This really feels a lot more like, you know, we're breaking down, and then we get back up before we break down even further. If we're gonna break down here, and we have broken this trend. Are you calling me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm gonna mute myself for a second, guys.
Yeah, do your thing. Jason, I'm going to flip to your screen, but I'm going to cover a few comments here before we move to slowly wrap. It seems like, everybody's got stuff going on, and someone looking at their 16 personalities profile again, eh?
Someone just came in and asked me what mine was, and I forgot the letters.
Gotcha.
But this is me, y'all. I'm an ENFP type A campaigner.
Extroverted, big time.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I
so
love my people.
I'm gonna read a couple comments, and then Ben pointed me at a interesting promo. Kraken Crypto Premium is running. I'm gonna inform everybody of that
Christmas
very
sale.
shortly. Might need to make a special Christmas graphic for that. Let's take a look here. A couple comments that are kind of interesting coming through the live chat. I want to highlight. I see Moonshine Fuel came through today. Welcome, Moonshine Fuel. He says, or T-Dub says, hey, I heard that both sides denied the 2K checks. Just saying. Indeed, it seems both sides of the aisle are not into the 2K check idea. Okay. Cleared my throat, ready to continue. Moonshine Fuel, they need more for themselves, says Moonshine. It's not like you think all those foreign quote-unquote donations to other countries in the bill are actually going there. Don't end up somehow back in the pockets of these politicians magically. That's why politicians are taking so long, because they're fighting over the money they are giving to themselves. Who gets it? You know what, Moonshine Fuel, you're exactly right. This is why politicians are so eager for foreign aid, to send money outside the borders, where there is probably less accountability, less oversight, where also multinational insiders get awarded contracts and they get the kickbacks, right? So in the latest this latest stimulus bill, you had all this extra gravy piled in for foreign countries and all sorts of like really questionable initiatives, right? Foreign philanthropy that really doesn't add up to much. But then when you start looking at the money, where does it go? Well, it goes to, again, these multinational corporations. They're the ones that get the contracts to deploy the money, and when they do, of course, some of that money ends up falling right back. So why do you think these career politicians are worth millions after collecting a lowly government salary, right? How do you make $100K a year but come out a serious multimillionaire after a brief stint in the government? It's really incredible. So Moonshine Fuel, firing on all cylinders. You're definitely onto something. This is why these politicians are addicted to sending money abroad. Valk Mike is talking about, do you think that XDAI will help scaling Ethereum? Not sure how, but there's several solutions. I don't know too much about XDAI, and there's certainly a lot of scaling solutions for Ethereum in the works. A lot of these roll-up contracts and other technology trying to scale Ethereum. Valk Mike points out there's $16 transaction fees on the Ethereum network. You know what? I know that does sound.
They're gonna have to do something about that, man.
It's so funny that we're talking about Ethereum and transaction fees. I had an old friend of mine contact me Tuesday talking about Ethereum. He said, I'm looking at Ethereum, it's fascinating stuff. I'm kind of fascinated by Vitalik and the centralized supercomputer, something. It's got unlimited potential, no single points of failure, and unlimited scalability. And I was like, I don't know about unlimited scalability.
What's your gas
big network
fees?
congestion issues this year. The gas prices were insane. He's like, what does gas have to do with it? Do you mean electricity?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
It's a solar-powered crypto.
Yeah, I was like, no, you got to pay for transactions on the network. I mean, if the only way you can get transactions through is by paying more money, and that prices a lot of people out of Ethereum. You know what? Is Ethereum only going to be for rich people to trade ERC20 tokens, and then poor people can't pay the transaction fees?
Seemingly, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately, in the interim,
that is a strategy.
I never thought it was that much of a. I mean, I don't know.
And then he asked me if more miners would solve the problem.
That'll do it.
Not necessarily. Obviously, there's a limited throughput of transactions they can shove in there per day. Obviously, so I'm sure you guys know that. But there's only so much that can happen. And indeed, part of the Ethereum 2.0 move is to improve scaling and all that. But fundamentally, there's a cost to decentralizing, and there's a cost to these security models that they implement, and it's hard to compare these decentralized networks. They're extremely, decentralized blockchains is very expensive, probably the most expensive type of blockchain you can run, right? But it comes at a cost. So I know people hem and haw about the transaction fees. If you want your zero fee Visa credit card and you want to play in the existing system, that stuff's out there, right? There's ways to get a very basic financial debit card that gives you, access to a checking account with zero fees. But, crypto is a whole different beast, and unfortunately there is a cost to play. And I guess this is probably more difficult for people, in other nations where, I can imagine, especially, one of the big narratives is developing nations, and them trying to wean themselves off of, well, not even wean, a lot of them are underbanked, right, underserved by their financial system. It's not easy to onboard, maybe, for instance, the third world when you have such egregious fees. But again, maybe this is just these are the growing pains of this industry. It's unfortunate. Falcon Mike says these are $16 transaction fees on the Ethereum network. Okay, you know what? $16 does seem super expensive, but it really depends on what you're executing on the network. Really, a point A to point B basic send transaction on Ethereum, even in the most expensive of times, is nowhere near $16. If you are executing a much more sophisticated smart contract, well, I don't even want to use the word sophisticated. Some of these contracts are pretty simple, but yeah, you know what? Processing a smart contract, a more elaborate execution, like a Uniswap trade, other things you can do online, that stuff costs money. There's just no way around that, unfortunately. But end of the day, a basic point A to point B transfer is not that bad. So I don't think all is lost just yet. But yeah, maybe this is a rich man's game for now. I personally have never been turned off by that. I actually almost like the appeal that maybe the peasants don't get to come through here and and crowd the place out. Unfortunately, I don't mean to sound too.
Get out of here, you sheeple.
But who knows? Maybe, that to me is like makes things more exclusive. It means that there is a certain barrier of entry, right? There is XDAI, says Val. I'm like, yeah, for sure. There's XDAI, and there's quite a few other solutions like OMG. I'm pretty sure Omizago's whole purpose in life now is to act
Isn't that what Theta's doing right now?
No, Theta is its own chain.
It is its own video platform.
But isn't it like, I heard someone talking about this, like what it's doing is comparable what ETH's doing with gas, but it's doing it much cheaper.
There's just a lot of solutions out there that trying to address
I need to do more research myself, but Theta is definitely one of those outliers right now, like ZIL and Theta and SNX, like they're just soaring right now and everything's taking big hits.
I do think that once there's probably more aggregate mass demand from the masses, we'll probably see more solutions come in here. But
we are still definitely in our infancy.
Yeah, we're still kind of in the early days. Lord knows the internet wasn't cheap to play with in the early days. It wasn't cheap to get a CD burner in the first few years of the technology being introduced. Even getting a VCR in the 70s was expensive. Getting a DVD player in the 90s was not cheap. So these things, this is maybe how this technology goes.
You can get like a 65-inch TV for like $250 now. Like,
yeah, it's going to be some
crazy.
It's going to be some RCA off-brand crap, but yes, you can. It's crazy what you can get nowadays.
You can get an LG.
They have the XDAI bridge, XDAI network. I think you'll pay less than a tenth of a cent for a transaction. Yeah, for sure. That would be incredible, and that's kind of what we're looking for. But you got to remember, there's always compromises. You can't have it all. There's no cheat codes in the crypto space. If you are taking things onto an off-chain, side chain, some kind of other layer solution, it usually does mean you're deferring some level of security or trust into another network, which may not be as secure. So there's always compromises, but you know what, for depending on what the application is, you can definitely compromise on some level of security or other aspect of the network function in order to kind of accomplish what you're looking to do. So there's interesting things coming. I'm sure the solutions will develop. In the meantime, most of us are speculators, and we're swinging pretty big bats around. So I don't know, personally for me, the $16 transaction fee doesn't really bother me.
Hi, this is Kyrie. She wants to say hi to everybody again.
Hey.
See, they heard you, Kyrie.
Merry Christmas.
Seeing you should Merry Christmas.
Alright, I think we've said enough on the X-Die. Let me see if there's any other comments. Guys, I think I got all the requests in, so if anyone has any final requests for a chart they want to see, this is your opportunity to post them. I see we've got about 38 watching. It's nice that people are watching it all today. I know it's Christmas Eve and people probably got to get on with their days.
Speaking of which, you want to get into the Christmas special a little bit?
Oh, perfect reminder. Thank you very, very much. Let me take a look here. I'm gonna have to open up Ben's DM here, and it says there's a 24-hour sale on our Cracking Crypto membership for all new members. 10% off your first payment on any plan. Holiday 2020 coupon code. All right. Well, we will be very shortly. Let's take a look. All right. Restream has been restored, and the YouTube should be restored any second now too. Yep, it looks like YouTube's back. Sorry about that, guys. Had a little bit of a hiccup with the VPN. I think we're fully back now. Sorry about that. With that,
we're back, guys.
Tell me I'm back. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My internet's getting spiked here. Maybe I'm getting maybe the Death Star is over my house firing.
Yeah,
firing
YouTube overlords are getting.
Yeah, don't say coupon. No, something's up. Something up with my internet, even without the VPN. Clearly, giant hiccups in the network. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the everyone's at home for Christmas Eve, overloading the local ISPs. Not too sure. It's okay now, says Valk Mike. Yes, I certainly hope so. Anyhow, I'm going to try this one last time, and that's to mention the premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com promotion. We've got a special 24-hour sale on the website. If you're not yet a premium member, I highly recommend you check this out. It's a modest little coupon, but it sure goes a long way. So this is 10% off your first payment on any plan. Alex, what kind of plans do we have again? Refresh my mind. Monthly, quarterly, yearly?
Yes, we have monthly and annually, and that is Premium Basic, Plus, and Pro. With the major differences being Premium Basic is essentially the signals, the indicators, and the community. So you get to join the premium Discord, and you get access to all the signals and all of our indicators and everything. But you don't get the course, and you don't get the mentorships. Then Premium Plus, Level Up, is the PTP, is all of that plus the PTP course, and then the group mentorships. And then Premium Professional is essentially that plus one-on-one mentorship once a month.
Yeah, and don't take our word for it, guys. I mean, come into the Discord. I mean, if you want to be a part of it anyways, you're gonna have to be in the Discord. Just ask around, ask people in the general chat, ask people that have joined. Like, we don't want to be the guys that tell you that this is worth it. We want you to figure it out for yourself, because at the same time, what we're doing here, not everyone is doing. It's a little bit different than other crypto groups out there, and we're trying to attract only the best people that want to take this seriously. So
yeah,
anything we can do to help you guys out, feel free to message us, but we'd love to have you part of the group, and I don't think you'd regret it.
For sure. I do think there's an announcement in the Discord channel. And I just pasted the code to the live chat, Holiday 2020, if you do want to take us up on that unique offer. That should about cover it, though.
Oh boy.
Man, we just lost you again.
We lost me again. What is going on today?
Yeah, we said the thing.
We said the thing.
Well, we tried, guys. We generally did. I don't know what's going on today. Seems like the internet is taking a dump.
You're back.
I'm back?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on,
yes,
guys. My apologies.
Yeah.
Usually my internet's rock solid. Today we're getting wrecked.
Yes, using a VPN is worth it, but you have to use it consistently.
Indeed. I'm not sure if the connection's restored. It seems a little problematic today. Looks like we're having problems. There's not much I can do about that. I do have to say sorry, I guess, for the internet, but we are kind of at the end, so there's not much more to be said. I'm not sure if they're hearing us right now. I don't think they are.